What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Psychotic Street Builds. In today's video, we're going to be tuning my single turbo 335. It's not going to get tuned the traditional way that people are used to, where it gets strapped down to a dyno and the tuner's in the car doing pulls. The tuner's actually located out of the state, and he's going to send us a base map. We're going to go ahead and flash that base map on, data log, probably normal driving, and a couple third gear pulls, send it over to him, and he'll go ahead and send us another couple files, couple revisions, and then we'll go from there. But before we get into that, I wanted to give you guys an update on the car, on everything that's been done to it, just for all the newer viewers. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So, for all the new viewers, this is an 07 335. It does have the N54 and it's a 6-speed manual car. All the mods that's really been done to the car is external to the motor. The motor is completely stock from valve cover to oil pan, no internals at all. It does have B58 coils, JP mount. It does have the JP Works top mount single turbo kit, Phoenix Racing intake manifold with port injection, Vargas's billet valve cover with their catch can, and it has have the 7-inch intercooler, the 7-inch, I think, the race intercooler. Other than that, guys, it is pretty basic setup. We are going to be doing the exhaust system on this car pretty soon here, so it is going to have a 3.5-inch all the way to a VRSF muffler. But for now, it is basically 3-inch all the way back to the stock secondaries, resonator, and stock mufflers. So, other than that, guys, that's basically everything on the performance side of the car. It does have spark plugs, you know, the 97506s and stuff like that. Pretty much a basic setup. But I wanted to show you guys how it actually starts up on E85 when it's not tuned for E85. So let's go ahead and fire it up for you guys and show you guys what it does. So this is a start on, it's been flashed or it's been tuned on E30. It didn't have port injection at the time. It didn't have B58 coils or anything. So this is a start on how it, basically a cold start on how it starts when you have E85 in the tank and not an E85 tune. So sometimes, guys, it would actually pop up a fuel pump error code and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. But you let it run for a little bit, and sometimes when it's not too cold outside, it'll start to idle fine. I talked to Chris, and he said we can get that all dialed in with the obviously new tune. That isn't the tune related stuff. All the fuel pumps seem like they're doing their job. But to move on to the video, guys, let's go ahead and get the battery charger hooked up and get the base map flashed, and let's go ahead and do some data logs. Hopefully everything's good. Let's go ahead and get the MHD hooked up, guys. We're going to be using MHD to flash the car. So, MHD hooked up. Get the car to map 0 if it's not already there. Yeah. So, obviously, there's the maps. It's on map 0 already. So, the process is, guys, if you don't know, you have to get an MHD, get the back end flash license and stuff like that. But we did already save the file in here, and it is the... Hopefully, or my VIN doesn't matter. I don't think that's my right VIN, actually. Because the EC has been changed. But Daniel, doc.k, whatever, that's the new file. But the cool thing that Chris was telling me, he said now MHD has slots, actually, where I'm going to activate it. And I'll have 93 or 91 octane on slot 1 and E85 slot, or E85 tune on slot 2, if that makes any sense. But I'll show you guys later. Let's go ahead and get it, the Wi-Fi connected. All right, the Wi-Fi is connected. So what you do, you click the file. Remember, guys, make sure you hook up the battery charger if you guys didn't see that previously. It's recommended for longer writes like this because if it was just like a little burbles change or something like that, it's usually a short write, but it's a full map write. So we're gonna go in here. So we're gonna go ahead and just click the new file that he sent us. We saved it already from our email. Let it connect to the DME. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's go ahead and go to our options, get all our stuff. The MHD controls for the map changing from the MHD side for like 91 to 85 I'm gonna set this on allow cruise control only because this car does actually have JB4, so I don't want to get it confused with the steering wheel buttons and stuff like that. But other than that, all the normal stuff. I did raise the idle because it does have the single mass twin disc. Deactivate nut, shift bug. I'm not gonna have launch control set up. Or the coils are set to B58 coils. Other than that, port injection we have, coolant target stock. And then you can also adjust it per map, but this is really just adjusting the burbles for the other map. But we just kind of have it set wild right now because we can always come back in. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit map right. So contact the DME and start the flashing process. Once it gets flashing, we'll probably just update you guys as soon as it's done. All right, we're connected. Flashing the ECU. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and update you guys as soon as all the flash is done. It usually takes about 10 to 20 minutes depending on actually. Oh, this one might be fast. So we'll see. I'll update you guys as soon as it's flashed. All right, guys, so we did have a success. We did get the flash done. We're gonna go ahead and turn the ignition off, let it sit for about 30 seconds, let all the relays and everything turn off. And we'll start it up on E85. Let's see how smooth the idle is. Let's hope everything's good so we can get this thing tuned. That's how she's supposed to start up, guys. Way better. I wanted to show you guys the coolant temp on it, but my thing's taking a little while to load up. So coolant temp right now, obviously you guys see it was 79. Probably was a little colder when it first started. Everything looks good. I don't know why, but my low pressure has always been at 63 and not 72, somewhere around there. But let's hope that doesn't cause any problems today, guys. And let's go ahead and get this thing warmed up and let's go drive it, see how she drives. We do have it on map 3, guys. It's about 20 pounds. That's where Chris wants to start out at. And we'll go from there, really. Brakes are doing pretty good, guys, just to give you guys an update. Oil temp come up, and then we'll go ahead and get this going. Drive pretty good. It's really sensitive, the throttle, because obviously the MHD we have it tuned on about 40% throttle lag. So anytime you upshift, the throttle is right there. First, we're gonna just do like a normal driving log and start the log. Ourselves a nice little log. Just normal driving up through the gears, and we'll go ahead and stop that log. If anyone's wondering, obviously the car is on JB4, so I do have the JB4 Connect hooked up to basically the tablet. This is an Avin CCC screen conversion or whatever it is. All right, we'll go ahead and do a third gear right here. Gotta get ourselves some room. Started? Yeah, well, let's keep going. not too fast, but it is a little faster for 20 pounds. It actually, surprisingly, actually pulls harder up top, I think. I'm pretty sure it's because the timing he added from the 85. But it felt like almost like a Pro Charge car where, like, more linear. It just kept pulling the faster you got. So we're gonna go ahead and do a cool down run on the car, let it cool off a little bit, and we'll go ahead and pull up the logs. We'll send it to Chris, see what he thinks, and then we'll also go ahead and preview them and see what we see, just in case, you know, so we don't send him no bad log either. But we'll update you guys once we look at these logs. So for people that don't know, this is the car's on JB4, obviously. This is the JB4 Connect app. I don't have it on the wireless thing because I don't know why, the Bluetooth or whatever, the Wi-Fi. But to send a log, we're gonna go to logs. These are all the logs I'd saved. Let's just, you click it, you set email. I'm not gonna pop up on my email, but you just click email here, blah blah. Then you just type in who you want to send it to. It's gonna be Chris. We'll send it to, but I'm gonna first go through them and make sure they're good logs. So we'll go to apps, AB4. Go here, we can graph it right here. So technically, we looked at it. Right now, you guys can see up top, right here. Let me zoom in real quick. So right now, it's actually only made 19.7 pounds. Target was 20. That was about 6,800. I actually noticed something bad right here already, dude. Fuel pressure low is dropping down to 60, 65, 58, 54, 57, and then the high pressure I can't see yet, but timing wise we're at about 7 degrees right now. I'm gonna actually look into that fuel pressure stuff right now. I'm gonna send that log to Chris, ask him, make sure that is something that we should address right now. But let me go ahead and send this log to him, guys, and then we'll go ahead and see what we got to do about that fuel pressure. All right, guys, so we went ahead and sent the log over to Chris. Obviously, in the last clip you guys seen, the fuel pressure is actually dropping down to 54 or 52, depending on what it was. He told us to check the hop switch or check the relay and stuff. The relay is still plugged in. What I'm going to do, just a quick diagnostics, I'm going to jump my hop switch, and we'll go ahead and jump it and see if the fuel pressure, or actually see if the relay clicks and the pump runs. So, me, I already have some spades on here, so what I'll do is I'll just jump it with the fuse. So, just gonna hook up the fuse right here. So basically all this is a ground. Oh man, it's a little loose, but we'll go ahead and hook that up. I don't know if you guys were to listen, but I can hear the pump coming on. So go over here by the passenger rear thing and kind of like try to see if you can listen. All right, guys, so we went ahead and jumped the relay. As you guys probably seen, the fuel pump and relay does turn on. We did go ahead and already do another log with the jump, just for temporary, just do a log while it's already on, just to make sure the hop switch was turning on. It did seem like the hop switch was turning on and everything, but we're still losing fuel pressure. So I talked to Chris, and he does recommend we replace the fuel pressure regulator. I did already replace it probably a year ago or 2 years ago with the VDO Continental one, but we'll go ahead and warranty that out, and hopefully that solves the problem. We'll update you guys as soon as it gets replaced. All right, guys, so we've been having a little bit of issues with this car, but just to update you guys, so we did go ahead and already change that fuel pressure regulator out, and it didn't seem to solve the issue at all. So we went ahead and ran the diagnosing the problem, which we should have done from the get-go. We actually threw a sensor at it. It did help a little bit. I think it went from 62 to 66 at idle, and in the logs it was still dropping a little bit. But the fuel pressure sensor, or the low side fuel pressure sensor, sits right there at the rail, right before the high pressure fuel pump. We did already go and swap it out. It helped a little bit, but it didn't seem to solve our issue. So we finally got smart, and we actually hooked up a manual gauge, right at the rail. I kind of had a dash 8 ORB to go to dash 6 to a blah blah blah, and I had my fuel pressure gauge, manual gauge, and we noticed the fuel pressure wasn't dropping at all. So I went ahead and informed Chris, sent him the video and all that of showing him, hey, the fuel pressure isn't actually dropping. And we kind of figured that it wasn't actually dropping because the high pressure wasn't actually dropping. It wasn't following with it. It wasn't falling off. Like usually if low pressure drops to 50, somewhere around 50s, it starts to take the high pressure down with it, and it wasn't taking it down. So what we did is, we went ahead and did the manual gauge, confirmed that it wasn't actually dropping. I actually messaged Terry, Burger Tuning with JB4 and all that, and they haven't got back to me. I don't think they're really too focused on this platform as much anymore, so it is what it is. As long as I know the pressure isn't dropping, I think we'll be good. But we did talk to Chris. Chris said, hey, let's go ahead and continue. So he sent us another revision. We're going to go ahead and flash it, and we'll go ahead and flash it in there, and we'll go ahead and do another pull. I think we're going to be turning it up to about 24 or 26 pounds on this one. We did make a couple adjustments, he's recommended we make a couple adjustments to the pore injection stuff. So we're going to do that, and we'll see you guys in the car. All right, guys, so we went ahead and got the fuel, I think, what is it called? The pore injection settings changed on the JB4 side, and we got the new revision flashed, and we got map set to map 6, which is it's a custom map for, I think we have it set to about 26. So we'll go ahead and do a data log on that, and see how she does. Some temp in her, and I did drive her earlier, so she's pretty warm already. Alright, try to do like a reaction of something, I don't know. Alright, we'll do third gear, guys. I was about 26, guys. Felt pretty good. I did feel a little hiccup, but
yeah, I did feel that up top.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and look at the data log, review it with Chris, and see what he wants us to do. And we'll go back. We'll go from there. All right, guys. So we went and reviewed that log. Everything looked pretty good. Chris does want to make a couple changes to the pore injection settings. So we went ahead and already did it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So actually, yeah. So we basically kept it at 50 all the way through. Can you see? All right, 50 all the way through, and then at 45 we started 4,500. We started raising it up a little bit, and at 7,000 we ended up at 67%. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's duty cycle or what it is, but that's the fuel bias basically. That's controlled. That's pore injection stuff. So, oh wow, map 7 boost. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on map 7, guys, and we'll go ahead and see what it does at 20. I think map 7 is about 28 pounds, and see if she rips. All right, guys, we went ahead and put this thing on map 7, which is about 28 pounds. Chris said go ahead and send it, and he said it should be already making 700 on about 26 psi, which seems pretty realistic. But you know us, we want to keep going up a little farther. So we did. I do believe that the exhaust is obviously robbing a little bit of the power, so that's why it probably doesn't feel like 700 to me right now. But I just want to make sure it's dialed in all the way up to about 28, 30 pounds. And that way, once we go hit the dyno, we'll be, good. If we don't have no problems, we'll just have to be able to do we'll do different, on the dyno, we'll probably do different maps and see where the power is at. But we'll go ahead and let it, probably already warmed up actually. We'll go ahead and get a little clear road here and do another pull.
Oh, record that?
We can. No, I'd rather just get a reaction of us. Alright, guys. Oh, I think 29 pounds. hiccups here and there, but I'm probably gonna throw some new spark plugs at it and see. But for the most part, I actually want to see my reaction, guys. That felt really good.
Yeah, that did feel good.
So we'll go on and cool her down. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm not flat, no lift shifting right now, but it still was supposedly popping from third to fourth. So yeah, that gets your adrenaline going, guys. Well, car's still alive. That's a good thing. All right, guys. So we went ahead and got basically completely dialed in, tuned in. Chris is pretty happy with that data log, and we'll have to just wait to get this thing on the dyno to see what it's actually making. But it did hit about 29-30 pounds, I believe, and I don't even know if we need to turn it up more, guys. I mean, I think we just need to get the car dialed in. I think I need to dial the no lift shifting up. I think I'm scared. That's really what it is. It is pretty scary going from second to third with no lift shift on these radials and stuff. But we're eventually gonna have to do it, and if something breaks, it breaks, you know. We gotta upgrade it then. I do plan on eventually upgrading the rear end and axles and everything, but for now, let's make sure the motor and everything is dialed in properly. And make sure you guys stay tuned for, I want to say, the next video, or maybe the one after that, but we want to put this thing on the dyno, see what it actually makes, and then we'll get the exhaust system done, and we'll go from there.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay psychotic.
Yeah.